What's going on, people? TK, Mr. Finance, coming at you today. I gotta come at you guys with the real, as I always do. But what's funny is the real is very different for different people. I think everyone lives in their own fantasy land, and your definition of what reality is based on what programming that you grew up with, or what type of fantasy land that was created by the environment that instilled all your morals into you. So it's funny to me how people really get challenged and then they get violent and negative. Anything that doesn't fit within your diagram or your belief system, you feel like you have to violently defend it, as opposed to just saying that I'm going to live and let live, and we have a difference of opinion, and leave it at that. So today at work, that's what happened to me. A coworker got violently upset because I challenged his fantasy land, but the conversation was simply that I don't support the mentality of police officers being for the people. I think they're for the state. And the guy that got violently upset was referencing it from coming from a family of police officers. So he got violently upset at me and saying that I'm ignorant, for saying what I said. And he took it personal, whatever, when nothing was meant to be personal or against him or his family. I'm just saying that I think that police as a whole are more militarized, and the agenda of the police is not to protect the people, it's to protect the state. So, when someone says something that challenges your personal fantasy or whatever you've been programmed to believe, you could just say, well, I disagree with you, and leave it at that. You don't have to get violently upset. But the funny thing is, my supervisor got involved and was like, both of you guys could be fired instantly, because that's the one thing that's against company policy. So it's kind of funny that I can say something to someone, they get upset, and then we both get fired. So it's weird that you have to tap dance around people's fantasy land because they can't control their emotions or just agree to disagree with you. And it causes me to lose my job because of you and your programmed belief system. I think no matter what you've been taught or how you've been raised, if someone presents something else to you, you don't have to fucking look at it as something negative. You could just look at it as something that you don't want to support or that you don't believe in. But people don't really act that way, or they don't feel like that's something that they want to do, or it's really something that we don't see very many people mature to that level, because that's why we have all of the race baiting. That's why we have all of the issues with separatism, because somebody says something that you don't believe in, and you have to violently, defend your fantasy. Like, I don't believe that, and you're wrong for believing something else. To me, that's very interesting and crazy that the programming that we go through is so strong that somebody has to violently defend their programming just because that person next to you is not like you. You don't have to be like me. Anything I say on my video, you could scroll past it. That's probably why I only get 2 views on my videos, because it may not resonate with you. It may not make sense to you, but it's a freaking video on Facebook. Scroll past it. I had to tell people that a million times in terms of making negative comments. Like, don't take the energy or the time to respond to me if it's something you don't agree with. Just move on with your world, your life. Delete me from your friend list and go about whatever fantasy world that you live in, without having to violently attack me because I don't believe what you believe in. And that's something that I think a lot of people have trouble with. live and let live without having to browbeat somebody because they're not what you want them to be. So it's interesting. I mean, you know, I typically stay in my own lane. That's why I use the hashtag Lonely Island, because I don't relate to a lot of people. I don't have a lot of friends. A lot of people I feel like are, you know, as stupid as the television makes them to be. You know, people believe nonsense that has nothing to do with reality. You know, studying and advancing yourself mentally is not a part of the everyday life. You know, so I don't relate to a lot of these mindless people who live in different worlds that has nothing to do with my world. And that's my issue. And I don't have anything wrong with you if that's how you choose to live. I just don't have anything to do with you and don't have a way to relate to you. It's just that simple. But you can continue to be a mindless sheep, and you can continue to, you know, live by whatever you want to live by. I just find it funny that someone else can get you fired when they don't know how to control their response to something you had to say, especially when the conversation was a difference of opinion. So I wanted to use this as an example in a video to support the independent mindset that I already subscribe to in terms of not being able to relate to the average fuckface that's around me. You know, these mindless assholes that I'm surrounded by. Of course I don't fucking relate to your world. Of course I don't like you and don't want to fucking have anything to do with you because you're stupid, idiot, nonsense, TV watching, sheep following. So, you know, it's kind of funny. To me, it's really funny, you know, that I end up almost being fired because somebody else next to me is a Twinkie-filled person that can't fucking handle his emotions just because I said something about the police not being for the people. But hey, what can you do? You know, now I guess I have to walk on eggshells and basically be like, listen, I'm not trying to say something to offend you. You know, my personal beliefs doesn't have to be your belief. You know, you don't have to violently get upset in the office in front of everybody else when we just have a difference of opinion. So hashtag Lonely Island, hashtag mindless sheep, hashtag learn how to control your emotions, hashtag live and let live. Hashtag when you see my video, turn it off and scroll past it. Life is crazy, man. This world is like a prison. It's a prison planet full of idiots. And those of us that don't fit into the idiots are equally jailed because we don't relate to half of the mindless sheep that are around us. Oh my God, what a day. So I just thought I'd share this on video because I always talk about stuff like this, and this example at work today is proving my point in terms of how mindless and stupid people are, but how it could affect me and cause me to be fired because of their stupidity. Crazy, crazy world. Prison planet. Fucking life in the Matrix. And why you can't wake people up. So I need to probably stop making videos and stop trying to wake people up. Because maybe I offend you in my video, and maybe you want to violently attack me because I don't think the way you think.